Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come.
Welcome everyone to the Daily Market Commentary. I am your fabulous host, Charlie, joined by my dad, Chuck Fulkerson, the co-host.
I have to be the co-host?
Yeah, of course you do. I don't get to talk much.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Market Commentary. We're going to do what we do each and every day, joined by my amazing host, Charlie. We're going to look at our 10 to 12 futures markets, identifying potential breakout trades and reversals from an educational perspective. It's been one of those weeks where we've seen, frankly, just not a whole lot of movement, right? I mean, we basically started the week here, and now we're sitting up here. Now, we're up 12 this morning, and we're actually coming back to what could act as a little bit of a reversal. Yesterday in our live trading room, we talked about, this area here. And for those of you that have been on the show before, we talk about the concept of a reversal where after a fair price value area. When I teach Charlie, we think about this being the top of a slide. And when price comes back to the top of a slide, which way is that price going to go, Charlie?
Down.
Down. So when we think price is going to go down, what button do we press?
Sell?
We press the sell button. That's right. And so we could see a little reversal coming into here. We are getting a few upper wicks. Now, I will say that this level is not a great level overall. Time of day is not amazing, and actually I like the level just above it a bit better. But remember that if you try to short, you're going against the big picture, and the big picture tells me I should be a buyer, right? No question about it. The big picture still has me being a buyer. However, momentum is waning, and if you want to give that a try, then that is going to be a potential. Same thing in the Nasdaq. In the Nasdaq, we've got a big picture upward move. But price is giving us this opportunity right here. Now, I will tell you, this is very frustrating when you get to within two points of your entry, and then it rockets up right off of that level. But we may not get another bite at it. I will put this level in right now, only because this is our move higher, right? So we think about, if this is the top of a slide, this could be the bottom of a brand new mountain, right? So when Charlie does it, we talk about slides and mountains. And at the top of a slide, we think price is going to go which way, Charlie?
Down.
And at the bottom of a mountain, price is probably going to go back which way?
Up.
Back up. So who takes over at the bottom of a mountain? If the bears take over at the top of a slide, who takes over at the bottom of the mountain? The bulls, right?
Easy.
So this would be the level that we may find for an opportunity. So next would be crude oil. Now, crude oil continuing to rally up. We've actually just put in a really strong hammer reversal candle. And that hammer reversal candle tells me that I've got that long upper wick. We call this a hammer because excuse me, not a hammer. This is a what's a gravestone doji. That's what that's called. Gravestone doji reversal. Where you've got big long wick to the upside, and then you've got a little bit of a kind of a doji pattern. Now, that candle's not printed yet, but that typically leads to a reversal. I'm not saying I would short it, because our big picture is not telling us to be a seller, right? Our big picture, what direction, Charlie, is price going right here?
Up.
Right.
So that means we're going to have a new mountain.
Yeah.
May I?
That level is going to started.
That
level started the way up. Yep.
To there.
Right. Charlie's pointing.
We will have a new mountain.
Right. So a new mountain is really starting to form right here, which means that there's lots of buy areas down there. Right. Now, notice as we continue to get higher, we're going to see that there are going to be some potential reversal points in price. And what I'm going to do is just kind of look at this area right here. I think ultimately we can make it all the way up to this area in crude oil, but we've got to get to break above these new highs. So we could get a good opportunity right above some of these highs that we have here. Longer term, I think there's a lot of really good opportunities, but I think for today we'd want to wait on a pullback in order to get long. Next, gold. So in gold, we had a reversal yesterday. You know, I took in the live trading yesterday, and I'll be the first to admit it. Went down to a 5-minute chart, took a flyer on a potential breakout to the upside, and got stopped out right away because it went up and then kind of just came down and blew through. Was actually looking for a potential breakout above this area because we had above this zone, because this zone had been hit once, hit again, and then so. You know, what's interesting about that is this was definitely a false breakout. Now, part of the reason was we took a 5-minute chart. And in my lessons, I always talk about let's stay in bigger time periods. And in this one, it gave me the right setup, but then it just came right down through. Now, interestingly enough, it came down to our hourly confirmation level. And we talked about this confirmation level yesterday. And price did not come out of it after getting halfway in. So that level should not be an entry. So now, as that price has continued to fall, our next area comes into play down here on a 15-minute chart. Now, I will wrap some lines around this level up here, which was a little bit of basing after that breakdown. I think that becomes a potential reversal point in the future going forward. But right now, that's kind of what we would be waiting on for price to come back. Now, let's go take a look at bonds and our currency markets. So in our bond market, we came off of our hourly level and we've gotten a little bit of a move, but it's been more than 6 candles. So if you're in this, if you took the long to the bond trade, it is time to move that stop to break even and close out of that position. Not necessarily close out of it, but definitely move your stop to break even if indeed that did occur. If you got long on that one. In the Aussie, we had an Aussie level, but it wasn't until way down here, and unfortunately we did not quite make it all the way into that zone, and so we're still waiting on a level in the Aussie. We see a little bit of a coil effect there in the Aussie. In the euro price is also sideways price action, so not a whole lot to cover in these currency markets today. And then the Canadian dollar, we've got a level up above us right here. Now, when we do make it back to this level, it's a dashed line, which means we need price to come in and we would get short after it comes out. But if you look at both the euro, right? If I look at the euro and the Aussie, in the euro and the Aussie both, we kind of draw these. What shape does it look like we're forming here, Charlie? What shape did we just draw right there?
Kind of like...
3 sides, kid.
Hold on. Oh, now I know. With the line in the middle, it's kind of like a beak that... It's kind of like a beak that I learned how to draw in my new draw book.
Yeah, it looks like a beak. Well, it's a triangle, right? It's a triangle. And so I think there's a chance that it'll pop higher. And if it does, this becomes a really nice price target for it, is somewhere up here. Because this up here would be the top of a slide, so we think it might go back which way when it gets up to these purple lines?
Down.
Right.
Sell.
Sell. All right. Last but certainly not least. Oops, wrong button there.
Dump. Last but not least, the Great British Pound and the Japanese yen, maybe the couple.
All right. For some reason, I keep hitting my on-demand button. There we go.
Ha!
All right, so Japanese yen, Great British Pound. In the pound, I have a line here. This blue line means that it's the floor, right? And if price goes through the floor, which way is it going to keep going, Charlie?
Down until it hits a new floor.
Right. And then the old floor oftentimes becomes the new what?
Ceiling.
Right.
Unless there's a price that is there as well. It will still be the floor.
Right.
But the ceiling for the one that is below it.
Okay, good. Now, price is continuing to fall, and we may look for a little reversal here. Now, we know it's on a 15-minute chart, and what we identified was really all this area in here as a potential for a reversal now. But if we base in front of that level, it's going to lose a lot of that validity, so just keep that in mind. Yesterday, I was looking at a potential breakdown below this area, but I didn't like this 15-minute level right there. And then in the Japanese yen, we talked about this level as potential breakdown below here. We are still kind of just going sideways with a little bit of a falling pattern here, which is oftentimes going to be a bullish pattern, but I'm not willing to go bullish on this, especially when my 4-hour looks a little bit more like that. So all in all, not a whole lot necessarily to look at for today. Just be aware of those supply levels above us in the S&P and the Nasdaq. Know that it's lower probability if you do indeed decide to take those. So I hope you guys all have an absolutely amazing weekend, and we will be back Sunday night for our live trading room. Those of you that are subscribers of TradersArmy.com, if you're not, go to Traders Army, join
and
with the promo.
And push the red button on the bottom that says SU.
Subscribe. All right. Have a great day, everybody.